Good morning, everyone. Let's get started. I hope the ones who completed SQL sessions completed those couple of certifications. Yes, and posted in the group. Okay, fine then. So from today onwards, we are starting Power BI, and today's session is more about creating awareness about Power BI and what all it has. Okay, the different features of Power BI and why Power BI is playing a very significant role in the market at this point in terms of the business intelligence. Okay. So let's talk about all those things. Yeah. Before we start the session, I have a very basic question for all of you. Why do you want to learn Power BI? Have you done your research before choosing the course? Or how is it? Are you got some idea about Power BI already? Or your company already using Power BI? That's why you want to learn it. So just want to hear it from you, right? So the ones who are attending online, probably you just go first, your name, where are you working, and why do you want to learn Power BI, right? So this is what, just introduce yourself this way. Go ahead, please. Your name, if you're working somewhere, where are you working? And what is that you know about Power BI? Online participants, please go ahead.
This is Shamla working for Parexel International. Uh, Power BI is a new thing for me. It's a business requirement. That's why I joined this course. I know
Okay.
that it is a reporting tool. So, yeah, for analysis purpose and all, we use this.
Yeah, thanks for that.
Yeah.
Others? Okay, fine then. We'll proceed. So let me just take you through about ourselves. We are from Excelytics team, Excelytics Private Limited, and we've been offering these data analytics and data science related training programs. It's been like 11 plus years. The different courses that we offer, right from the basics of Excel to advanced Excel, VBA, macro, SQL, Power BI, Tableau. We are now into other platforms also. Digital marketing, cybersecurity training. Coming to the certifications, we are Microsoft Authorized Test Center. We offer all the Microsoft Office certifications along with all the Azure and Power BI certifications, and so many other things are there, Fabric certification and things like that. We also do consulting solutions for the different requirements like be it Excel reporting, Power BI dashboards, or be it any kind of data analysis requirement is there. We do those things as project work. So this is briefly about us, and coming to me, I'm Kishore, and it's been 17 plus years I'm into this reporting analytics background, and been doing so many things with different tools. I've started my career with a simple Excel, okay, but after spending a lot of time with Excel, realized that Excel is a very powerful business intelligence tool. You take a look at any advanced business intelligence tool, definitely the features that you see in Excel, they are there in your advanced business intelligence tools. Coming to my certifications, I'm MCT, I'm MCP, I'm Deloitte Faculty Excellence Certified, and coming to my Microsoft other certifications, I'm a PL300 Power BI Data Analyst Associate Certified, Power Platform Fundamental Certified, Excel Expert, Word Expert, Access Expert, Outlook Specialist, you have PowerPoint Specialist. So many different certifications are there. I was able to accommodate only a few here. You can also go for them, but each certification, there is an online examination and 70% is the cutoff that in soon you are going to take a Microsoft Excel Specialist certification using Office 365 apps. So this is my skill graph. Maybe looking at the different technologies and all that I work with, don't think I'm from the technology background. I am from BCom MBA Finance. I mean, no technical, during my education, there was nothing like a technical education for me. It was just like only the functional side of it, like the operations and the finance side. Okay, fine then. So that's briefly about me, and I'm currently doing PhD on the data analytics. So that's briefly about me. Okay, and coming to Power BI. So I'll just take you through what is Power BI, why do we need Power BI, and why people find it really easy to use Power BI. Someone who is coming from the Excel background, they find it really, really easy to work with Power BI. The features that you see in Power BI, they can easily save hours together every day, right? And let me tell you the course duration also. It's going to be about a 30 hours training program, and every day at this point, we are thinking of running this session from 9:30 to 11 o'clock, or maybe 9:45, 11:15, somewhere around that. Okay, 1.5 hours. Soon, if everything is okay with everyone, then we'll make it like a 2 hour session, and along with a couple of practicals, I'll be giving you every day. And almost like it's going to run for, let's say, 20 days. I understand in between we have Dasara and maybe a couple of days holidays. We will anyways announce that. So you no need to worry about your long weekends and going back home. Okay. So, but during that time, I'll give you a small exercises. It's like a half an hour exercise, and please try to complete during those holidays. And within the next 25 days, including the holidays, maybe around 30 days, we should be able to complete the entire Power BI module. Okay. So this covers both Power BI desktop and Power BI service. So there are two things you are going to learn: Power BI desktop and Power BI service. Power BI desktop is for your report development. Power BI service is for your report publishing. So at this point, you may have so many questions. What is this development? What is this publishing? Development is nothing but, let me keep it very simple. You got some data, you created a report. Great. And you did the same thing in Excel also. You got some data, you used few formulas, you created the pivot charts and the dashboard. That's it. That report is there with you. And if you want to share that report with your client, then what is it you need to do? You need to send it using an email or something, a shared drive. You need to send it to them. Then only they can see those numbers. But when it comes to Power BI, after creating the report, you can actually publish it online. Nothing but if I create a report or this material, we usually upload it to Google Drive, right? You all also can access. Same way, once you create a Power BI report, you can publish it so that all your clients can access that using internet. Okay. So when we talk about the Power BI service concepts, there I'll discuss how to manage your reports and dashboards and workspaces. Different things are there. Okay. Something like a Google Drive, you manage your data and sharing with many people. Similarly, Power BI service account also has something called workspaces. We manage them. So I'll take you through anyways the entire course outline, how it runs. Okay. But overall, two things you see here. One is Power BI desktop. The other one is Power BI service. Power BI desktop is for the report development. Power BI service is for the publishing. Okay. And make it available for your clients. Done. Okay. This batch number is B00725. B00725 Power BI batch, weekday batch. Weekday definition is, you know that, right? In Monday to Friday. Perfect. And we usually do this in series fill also. Weekday means it covers only Monday to Friday. Right. So this is a weekday batch, Monday to Friday morning, 9:30 to 11 o'clock at this point, but we may do 11:30 also. Let's see how it goes. We take the responses from everyone, and if anyone has conflicts in their with their office schedule and all, then we'll consider this 9:30 to 11 o'clock only. Okay. Then batch number B00725. Any information related to this batch, you need to tell the front office that you are part of B00725, be it video access related or material related or any test that we give or your certification related and everything. You need to mention this batch number only, B00725. Whatever the previous batches that you attended, Excel batch is over, SQL batch is over, now Power BI batch. So Power BI batch number is different. Remember that and make a note if needed. Done. Okay. So coming to the material sharing and the video sharing, you will get a Google Drive link as usual. The ones who are registered for Analytics Power Pack, you know that already the process how to download the material package. But someone who's newly joined, someone who has joined just for today, just check with the front office. They will share a Google Drive link with you, and from there you can download the material, entire material, whatever I'm showing on the screen, including the presentations, data sources, and the instructions. Everything will be available for you. Also, it's the same material we'll use for the entire training program, and the same material that you will also have, so that you can do the hands-on practice. Okay. Then coming to the video access, you will have to share your Gmail account only to get the YouTube video private access, and you will only be able to access those videos, and the videos will stay there for 6 months. Usually we get a question like, why not a lifetime? So this is not something like a subject that you really need to learn for the entire lifetime. So technology, how many days you want to learn? 1 month, 2 months, right? That's the max. After that, everything that depends on how much time you want to spend on that tool, explore more and more. You don't really want to come back to each and every video and learn the same subject again and again, right? So there is no point watching a subject for a lifetime. So this is what our strong feeling about sharing the videos only for 6 months, and earlier we used to keep it only for 1 month. But people again saying, okay, we couldn't get time to practice those things, and also that's when we took a decision to, make it like a 6 months. And there is definitely, reason behind this. We really want to create some sense of seriousness. Let's say I'm the best example. I'll tell you one thing. I bought one course, okay, an online a platform, and that's about good, bad, ugly. It's about the data visualization course, okay. So I bought it around 2018. You know what is the percentage so far I completed? 15%, 1 5. Why? Why did it didn't create seriousness? Because they offered me a lifetime. Whenever I log in, the course is still there. I feel like, okay, let me do it tomorrow. But once there is a target, and once that is over, if you feel like, okay, the course access will be removed, that definitely creates some sense of seriousness. And moreover, though it is there for 6 months, I don't really want you to wait for 6 months and learn it. No, no point. 1 month is the target. In 1 month, whatever the time that you can invest and learn things, learn it. Right. After that, even if you watch these videos, these things look any other YouTube videos only. You can't actually understand the flow, the course, how it is running here, right? So don't wait. As soon as if any exercise is given, try to submit the screenshots in the group. I'll ask you to share the screenshot. Sometimes I give you a requirement and I ask you to create a report. So you need to try creating a report using the data. So many things will happen, okay, parallelly. So by end of this 1 month, we should be able to comfortably work with Power BI. That is the plan. So many things are there in Power BI. Okay, so just not only creating a simple report like Excel we did, but it has so many things. We'll talk about that one by one. So I hope you all got the clarity about the batch number, batch duration, and how it runs Monday to Friday time slots, how the videos will be shared, how the material will be shared, and the videos have 6 months validity, and everything is done, right? Coming to the registration part, you can talk to the front office, front office team, the ones who are coordinating either a number ending with 111 or 999 or 555. Just check with them how to register for this course. Okay, I'm going to be the trainer for this entire course. Yeah, so I'll be covering one more very important thing. I'll be covering the PL 300 questions also. Okay, I'll be mentioning a couple of things are there as part of the PL 300. If you are thinking of going for a PL 300 Power BI Data Analyst Associate certification, just make a note of those things, because those questions will definitely come in your exam. PL 300 is just only a 1 year validity exam. After that, you will have to go for a renewal. Good thing is that renewal is for free, and you can take that exam from your home also. Online examination. It is just to check whether you're still in touch with the subject or not. Okay, so but the problem is after 1 year, right? If you miss going for a renewal, you will have to rewrite the exam. Okay, there is no way that they can extend the renewal exam date. Why I'm so confident about this? Because once one of those years I missed going for a renewal. It was giving me a notification email, but somehow I forgot. And after that date of the renewal exam, the next date I realized that renewal date was over, I reached out to the contact center, the customer support of Microsoft, and the communication that went on for 3 months, and finally they confirmed like they can't do anything, and I had to rewrite the exam by paying again. That point in time, including the GST, it was 5,662 plus some material charge. But now I think it is close to a 6,000 rupees plus some charges are there. So I don't want you to miss that renewal date. If you clear the Microsoft PL300 certification, make sure you just put a reminder or something. Just after it's a total 12 months validity, but after 6 months, you will be able to write your exam any point in time before the expiry date to get it renewed. Okay. Okay, fine then. So coming to the course outline. We start with introduction to Power BI. What is Power BI? What all components are there? What are the building blocks of Power BI? How to create sample reports and all. What kind of data sources can be used, and what kind of different licenses types are available in Power BI? What is a pro license or a PPU, premium per user subscription, or buying a premium capacity, P1, P2, P3, P4 kind of servers, how to buy them, right? So different things are there in the licenses. We'll be talking about all those things, right? And why users find Power BI is very, very easy to work with. We'll talk about that as well. And moving on to the report development, the very first thing in any report development is get the data, right? Get the data and transform the data. So data transformation is nothing but when we get some data from a source that may not be in the required shape. Okay, so what is it we need to do? We need to get that into the right shape by cleaning the data, removing unnecessary columns, grouping the data, filtering the data, summarizing the data. So many things are there. We'll perform all those things with the different data types and different data sources. And these sources can be Excel file, CSV file, PDF file, web page, SAP HANA, a SQL server, MySQL server. It can be any kind of a data, right? We'll get the data and we transform the data using different steps in Power Query. So here you will learn something called Power Query. It's our data transformation tool. Okay, it can automate our data transformations. Okay, so what is data transformation and all in detail, I'll show you, right? How the data comes, what kind of data related issues we find and how to fix them, we will learn. Okay, fine then. So coming to this Power Query, right? This is the first step of our Power BI desktop. Okay, while learning Power BI desktop, what is the very first step? Get the data and transform. So in this place, we require a little SQL concepts also, right? What is a server? What is a database? How the database tables are created? How the tables are connected together using the keys, primary keys and foreign keys. So here's the point. The ones who completed SQL session, you know them. What is a primary key? What is a foreign key, right? Okay, customer ID, is it a primary key? Which table? Okay, customer table, customer ID is a primary key that you understand. Perfect. So that means, you definitely need to have some idea about what is a primary key, foreign key. At the time of getting the data, you need to understand what is a server and what is a database and a table. And when it comes to the data modeling, this is where you need to understand what is a key and what kind of constraints are applied in SQL. Okay. What is a primary key? What is a foreign key? How the tables can be related together. So in the data modeling also SQL concepts are needed. So that is the reason what I do usually is that even though you join directly for Power BI, the next couple of sessions are going to be the SQL introduction only once again, because you need to understand those keys and constraints. Okay, what is a key? What is a constraint? And that you need to understand. So there you will get a better idea, right? How the data models can be created. Okay. So what is a data model, how it looks, how the relationships are created. And also I'll take you through all those different things, right? And then once the data models are ready, with the help of the keys and constraints, and then we'll move on to the data visualization. So there are different types of visuals available. There are like in Excel, the traditional visuals, column charts, bar charts, line charts, pie charts, donut charts. You see something, right? But in Power BI, we have, yes, all these, the basic visuals plus custom visuals. Very, very powerful concept. Okay, you can download the visuals. They are developed by different developers. Okay, so you have animated bar charts, infographics, Sankey charts, word clouds, and different kind of charts are there. And downloading and using them is like very easy in Power BI. It hardly takes any 1 minute to download and use them. Today, I'll show you a simple example also. And once the visuals are ready, you need to understand slicing and dicing. This is where you will have to do, how to apply the filters, how to apply the slicers, how to set up the parameters, right? How to manage the interactions between the objects. We'll talk about all those things. And the next module is about DAX, data analysis expressions. So far, we got the data from different sources. We transformed it. We created a data model, right? And we created the visuals. And these visuals are there to show us data visually, okay? Using different kind of visuals, you can show that data. But when it comes to a complex insight is needed. I'll tell you one thing, business wants to understand the year-over-year variance, right? So that means, your chart should be able to show what is the last year value, what is the this year value, and what is the comparison, what is the variance, right? So usually in Excel, what is it we do when it comes to this kind of a requirement? We create an Excel formula that will pick up last year number, this year number, and does the variance calculation. But here in Power BI, we have something called DAX language. This is to create those formulas only. We call it DAX formulas or DAX functions, okay? So what is this? DAX, data analysis expressions. Okay, so using this DAX, we can create very, very powerful measures. Okay. I think you know what is a measure, right? Something that can be calculated, right? We'll talk about that as well, right? How to create a measure and how to show that measure on the different charts. So we'll do that as well, right? So as part of this DAX, we learn text functions, filter functions, logical functions, datetime functions, time intelligence functions, iterator functions, okay? Different kind of categories are there. We'll be learning around a good 50 different formulas that are most commonly used. But I want you to understand one more very important thing here. It is not about by hearting those 50 formulas. In those 50 formulas, we learn the concepts of the formulas. And with that, you will be able to learn or write any kind of other DAX formula. Don't by heart the formula. Coming to Excel also, we do the same thing, right? So we say, don't by heart the formula. Understand that syntax, right? Each and every argument, what is it asking for? Is it asking for a table? Is it asking for a text? Is it asking for a date? And, just enter them and close it and enter, you will get that output. So that is what we're going to do in the DAX also. Someone who completed Excel sessions, you understand what is a many argument formula, few argument formula, no argument formula, what is mandatory argument, what is optional argument, how do we identify something is an optional argument? How do we find out? Optional argument. Square brackets. If any argument is within the square brackets, it's an optional argument. Yeah, someone who completed Excel and SQL sessions with us, you know that. But I'll cover those basics once again. Someone just joined directly Power BI. And remember one thing, Power BI alone can't get you a job. The job title may be showing Power BI developer. Usually what people think, okay, if I learn Power BI, I can get the job. But today I'll show you the job opportunities also. Power BI alone can't get you the job. Power BI, along with that, you'll need to have SQL, okay, Excel. Sometimes in few of the companies, they are also asking for Python these days, right? So yeah, I'll show you that the job opportunities, okay, different kind of functions are available. And finally, as I told you, this course is for both Power BI desktop and Power BI service. And the last module is about Power BI service. Only there we learn how to publish the reports. Okay, so that once you publish the report, your clients will be able to open that report and will be able to, apply the filters, slicers, and all. They can see that output. Okay, so in publishing also, we have so many things. I would like to tell you one very interesting thing here when it comes to publishing. So a simple example, someone who is coming from Excel background, you should be able to easily answer this. I have one data analysis report here, okay? So this is the sales, the profit performance report, right? In here, I have 5 regions. And I created this dashboard, something like this, okay? So showing all the regions and their data as well as the profit trend and everything. So at this point, you have like 5 regions and every region has a regional manager. South regional manager is Sam, right? Similarly, Central is Chris, North is Neil, West is Williams, East is there, in some names are there, right? So my business gives me a requirement. Okay, you need to share this dashboard with all these regional managers because they need to know their performance. How is it, right? But here's the catch. They told me if you're sharing a South report to Sam, Okay, make sure your report contains only south data. Okay, so when it comes to central, it should go to Chris, but only with Chris, central data. It shouldn't contain any other data. Then what is it you need to do? Usually this is what we do. We go here, and if you are sending it to North Manager, right? So we just exclude North, right? Rest of the records are there, right? We delete them, so that you'll be left with only North data, and save the report as data analysis output underscore North. And we take only that file and we attach it and send it to Neil. Neil is the North Manager. Okay, done. So this way, how many reports you need to create? If individuals, they need to see, they should be able to see only their respective data. 5 different reports, but a CEO wants to see the overall data, then 6 report. So altogether, you will have to create 6 different versions of the reports, 5 regional reports and 1 consolidated report. And tell me something, would there be any chance that, okay, you take the North file, North dashboard, and attach it to South email? Possible? Possibility is there, right? So yeah, maybe accidentally you may attach something and you send it, then the other manager will be able to see this data. You get the point, the different challenges, right? So here we go. In Power BI, you don't need to do that. There is something called RLS, row level security. So for this, we create the roles. We create, North manager role, West manager role, different roles we create, and we set up the filters there. Nothing but if a North manager is logging in, okay, that person will be able to see only the North data. Using that email address, it can automatically filter the data. The report is same for all, but basis on the logins, it automatically shows the respective data only. Understood? So there we work with both static RLS and dynamic RLS also. So we'll see that what is static and what is dynamic RLS. And basis on the email address, it can find out, okay, who logged in and what kind of data should be visible, right? So this is what we are going to do in the asset management or the report management on Power BI service. And we also talk about what is Power BI mobile, how to create the layouts for the mobile phone. Like Power BI can be accessed on the mobile also, right? On the go, if someone wants to see what's happening in the business, they just open that dashboard and they will be able to see that, right? So these kind of things can be done. And we also learn what is a dashboard, how to create an app, Power BI app, right? How to create a dashboard, how to create an app, and how to share it with the different users with the help of RLS, right? Overall, if you observe this entire training program, right from the data fundamentals to how to create a report, publish it, and make a dashboard and share it with others online, right? I hope you got some idea about the flow, what all we are going to learn. Yes. Okay. So Excel also we did the same thing. First step, what is it? We got some data from some place, and using the formulas and all, we created some summaries, and we visualize the data with the help of charts, pivot tables and all. We analyze it, what's happening in the business, and finally we shared it. Similarly, next Power BI also we are doing the same thing. We understand what is Power BI, get the data from the different sources, and the beauty here is you can connect to any of the data sources. Each and every data connector is there. You can read the data from CSV, you can read the data from a PDF or a web page or a SQL Server or MySQL or SAP HANA, whatnot. You name anything, it is there. Or otherwise, if all these things are not working, then something called ODBC. Okay, ODBC is another connection type that we can create, and we can start reading the data from the source. Okay, so different things are there. So here also we are doing the same thing, understanding Power BI, getting the data, transform the data, prepare the data model. Nothing but our power pivoting concepts will come here, and working with the visuals, and for the effective insights from the data, we use the DAX language, data analysis expressions. And once the report is ready, we publish it and we create the dashboards, we create the mobile layouts, we create apps. Okay, so we work with the workspaces, and we set up the different roles and RLS, the row level security. Okay, finally, the report will be available for our end users. So this is a plan. Done? Got some idea? Right. All right. Online participants, any questions so far about this training outline? Okay. So what is data analysis and why it is important? We all know that, right? In Excel itself, we learned, most of you learned this. Okay, what is data analysis? It's basically a process of gathering the data and, fine tuning the data and analyzing the data to help the business to make the right decisions. Okay. And why it is important? It's very simple. Like, if your data is not analyzed properly, you don't know what's happening in your business. It's as simple as that. If you don't know what's happening in your business, you don't know what kind of next steps you need to take, right? And when it comes to this particular training program, we deal with the descriptive and diagnostic analytics. There are 4 types of analytics. Okay, descriptive analytics, diagnostic analytics, predictive analytics, and prescriptive analytics. What is descriptive analytics? Basically, it talks about what's happening in my business. So most of us, we do this. Descriptive analytics is all about analyzing the historical data, what happened or what's happening currently. Okay, so if you have some historical data, it's easy for us to manage that. Just get the data, historical data, and create the reports and tell the business, okay, this is what happening. So most of you may be creating this kind of descriptive analytics reports only, like daily reports, weekly reports, fortnightly reports, monthly reports, quarterly reports. All these things are part of descriptive analytics only. So what's happening once the event is done, we record that data, and using the data, we report it. Okay. There are teams called R2R, record to report. Okay, R2R. They name it as R2R, record to report, right? So you just record the data and report it. It's mostly the descriptive analytics teams only. Okay, the next one is diagnostic analytics. Okay, this is the one that talks about why is it happening. So in the descriptive analytics, what's happening? In the diagnostic analytics, why is it happening? If you can find out what's happening in your descriptive analytics, it's easy for you to find out why is it happening. We do certain drill downs on the data and we try to find out, okay, what's happening inside the data, right? And the next 2 are predictive analytics and prescriptive analytics. These things will take some time for you, definitely. Why? Because it's just not only the historical data. Along with the historical data, you need to have other skills like statistics. Okay, the other concepts like your domain expertise is needed. Okay, so if you want to become a banking predictive analyst, that may not be possible unless you have banking domain in this. I mean that industry expertise. Okay, so in the predictive analytics, what it talks about is what's likely to happen, what is likely to happen, right? It's about the future, right? So we don't give 100% accurate result there because it's not possible to guess the future at 100% confidence interval. So we usually say that 95% confidence interval, the values may range between this number to this number. Okay. And finally, prescriptive analytics, if you can find out what's likely to happen, then in the prescriptive analytics, what is that I need to do now, right? Fine. So if you look at the value and the complexity of it, right? Descriptive analytics, the value that it adds and the complexity that it has is little, right? Compared to diagnostic. Diagnostic, this helps us to find out the reasons. Okay, why is it happening like that? So the value that it adds and the complexity it has is little more. But when it comes to the predictive and prescriptive, the value that it adds and the complexity it has is more. It's a simple thing, right? See, what happened, anyone can tell. Usually if someone has a little reporting idea, they can tell like your profit went up, went down. If you can find that out, why it went up, why it went down, also you can find out. Why? Because when you do the drill down analysis, if you go a little down into the drill down into the data, then you can easily find out why it happened like that. But when it comes to the future, what's likely to happen, it's not that easy to predict, right? So that's the reason the complexity is more and the value that it adds. What if the predictions are correct, accurate? Then obviously business can make the best, results right there if you can predict the future. But in this training program, we'll be talking more about this diagnostic and descriptive only. The predictive and prescriptive will come from your domain expertise only. Okay, but the concept, the formulas and all that you use are going to be the same only there. Okay. Why data visualization? So I think probably I would have shown you this example, the data visualization only. Let's say if you are looking at this kind of a data, you don't know exactly what's happening there because you are looking at the raw data. You don't know what is happening in the data. But your business asks you, what is the, okay, so here we go. Which region has the least profit? Okay, you have the region here. and you have the profit here. By the way, the ones who completed the SQL sessions, can you tell me, is it normalized data or denormalized data? Denormalized data, perfect. Why? Because everything is there in one place itself. Using a single pivot, I can get that output, okay? So, you know this, right? If you want to summarize the data in Excel, what is it we do? We use a pivot table, right? So let us use a pivot table. Let's go inside, and I want to take a pivot table. And what is it we are looking for? Profit by region, okay? So what is a profit by region? Done, okay. So do we have a region name there? Yes, we do. We have a profit there? Yes, okay. Profit. Profit is a numerical field. So numerical fields are nothing but the measures here that should go to values. So basically it shows the overall profit. So almost like a good 15 lakh 21,000 profit is there. Let me just do a little bit of formatting there. Okay, so this is the total profit. But you want to see total profit by region. Okay, let me use the region code here. It doesn't look okay. Why? Because the business wants to see it by the region name. Do we have the region name? Yes, we have. That's it. That's it. So when you look at the raw data like this, you don't know what's happening. But when you look at a pivot table like this, it's easy for you to identify what's happening, right? But hold on, we are still showing it in the form of a table only. But usually when you observe the top management presentations, they don't see anything in the form of tables or numbers like that. There is a reason, right? Why? Because using the tables and numbers, drawing an insight from that table will take some time. I'll tell you what. I'll give you 5 seconds. Here's the question. Which region has the least profit? Time started. Find out which region has the least profit. 2, 3, 4, 5. Done. Which region? Central? Okay. Online participants, what is your answer?
Central.
Central. Perfect. Yeah. Everyone is saying Central. Let's do this. Who is the central manager, by the way? Okay. Let's write a nice short and sweet email to Chris. Hi, Chris. The 5. Why? Why? The central has the least profit. So company took a decision, whosoever has the least profit will be fired this year or this quarter. Done. So you all said central after looking at the pivot table only, right? After summarizing the data, you told me this and I wrote an email. Okay, here we go. But whatever the decision is that we have just made is incorrect. You'll be surprised. Why? Let me prove it. Why? I have a pivot table here, right? So that has all the numbers. I'll just turn this pivot table into a visual by inserting a chart onto the pivot table so that it will become a pivot chart. Now this time I'll give you only 2 seconds, okay? Observe which region has the least profit. Time started. 1, 2. Which one? But 1 minute ago you all said central and we unnecessarily fired Chris. You understood the point? Right, here we go. When I gave you 5 seconds, you are looking at only the length of the number. But if you observe the value of the number, it is 2,87,000 and this is 2,31,000. 287,000, 231,000. But because of the decimal points, it is looking like a bigger number and it is looking like a smaller number. So you understand the importance of the data visualization. See, data visualization, it helps us to understand the patterns, trends very, very easily. Okay, if I show the same thing here, like this in the form of a table, this is very hard to read. Of course, all the numbers are accurate numbers only, but I cannot, okay, analyze it quickly. It will take so much time if it is in the form of a table. But in the case of a chart like this, it's very easy. Understood? Done? Okay, so job opportunities. Let us search for job opportunities as well. Power BI jobs in. Power BI expert. But the skills, dashboard, cybersecurity monitoring, okay. What else? DAX calculations, okay. DAX is there, mostly mentioned. Why? Because ultimately we are the ones, we need to work with the databases and definitely need to have some idea about this, right? A few more things they are asking. Power BI consultant. Let's see what they are looking for. Power BI, ETL related things also. They are asking. We spoke about ETL a little about in our SQL sessions. So they didn't mention much. Service now, senior Power BI developer, SQL development, DAX, right? Power BI and Python combination, okay. What is it? Sanofi, Power Data Analytics Analyst. You see that? See, what I'm trying to tell you is that, of course, the job title may be Power BI, but it is actually going to ask so many things. You can also search it like DuPont is there. They are asking for VBA, Power Query, Power BI, Python, all of them. They're asking for lookup formulas also. They're looking for a PL300 certification. Okay. So what I'm trying to tell you is Power BI alone can't get a job, but other skills are also needed. Okay. Job opportunities, of course, this is a little outdated one. The pay range maybe now a little more only, but the common skills that are needed are these things: SQL Server, Excel, querying, Power BI, relational database, understanding it, statistics, Python, and dashboarding. Okay, so what is Power BI? It's a self-service business intelligence tool. So it has four important things in it: Power Query, Power Pivot, Power View, and Publish. So Power Query, it is our data transformation tool. Okay, so the data that we get may not be in the right shape. So we transform the data. And then Power Pivot. Power Pivot is the one we build the data models here. And then Power View is the one, it is for viewing the data and, they are the interactive visuals. Today I'll create one sample. In that you will understand what is interactive visual. Okay, publish, how to publish it online. So I'll show you how to publish also, so that how it will be available online. Okay. So Power BI, it has these four very, very important things. And if you look at these two, Power Query and Power Pivot are not the new things. Okay. They are there right from 2010. Power Pivot is there in Excel 2010 itself. Power Query is there from 2013 version of Excel. So initially they introduced both the features in Excel only. Okay, and now they are now available in Power BI also. So that's the reason in Excel also we have the same Power Query editor. Power Pivoting also it's the same thing. Okay. So Power Pivot, Power Query are from Excel, and then Power View and Publish are from Power BI. But now all of them together is our Power BI application. Okay. So what are the components of Power BI? So we use Power BI desktop. Okay, we use Power BI desktop, and this helps us to create the reports, reading the data from the different sources. It can be any kind of a source. It can be a cloud-based source, an on-premises SQL Server, or Excel file, CSV file. You can read the data from any source. Okay. And then using the data sources, using Power BI, we'll be able to create a report. And this report, once it is available, we publish it onto Power BI Cloud, nothing but Power BI service. Okay, this will be available online. And using that, you can connect any of these devices to read the data from Power BI service. You can consume the report using a laptop or a desktop or anything, a tab or a mobile phone. Okay. So fine, then we publish the report to Power BI service, but every day, what if the data needs to be refreshed? Nothing but you created a daily report. Today, when you are looking at the report, it should show yesterday's data. Tomorrow, when you are looking at the report, it should show today's data. So that means it should be automatically updated, right? Using the most recent data. Then how to do that? Simple. There is something called Power BI Data Gateway. So this helps us to read the data from the data sources, and every day you can schedule a job. How to schedule the job and all, we will see. Okay. Done. Fine then. So developing a report in Power BI Desktop. Before going there, let me just repeat this point once again. We use Power BI Desktop to create the reports, and we connect to the different data sources. The data source can be anything. Once the report is ready, we publish it online, Power BI service, and the same report will be available in your tab or mobile phone or anything. You can read the data. And for the periodic refreshes, we use Power BI Data Gateway. Okay, two different types of gateways are there. We'll talk about a personal gateway and a standard gateway, nothing but an enterprise level gateway. We'll talk about that. Done. So developing a report. In Excel also, you saw the same 6 stages. We first of all get the data. We get the data, and the data can come from different sources. It can be a cloud-based database or an on-prem database or an Excel file or a folder or a CSV or a PDF, anything. Using that, you can get the data. Once the data is there, okay, we transform the data using the Power Query Editor. We transform the data. And then we create the data models. Data models, nothing but we relate the tables, okay? We create so many ad hoc tables, we customize the data types, and so many things we do. Once the data model is ready, then we write the DAX measures for the summarization purpose. We can write different types of DAX measures. And then finally, the reports we will create. In Excel, you learned up to this level, how to create a report or a dashboard, that's it. But here we have other two things also, roles and RLS. RLS, I told you already, row level security. Why we need to do that? Because before publishing it, this dashboard, I told you, right? If you need to share this dashboard with the 6 different managers, and you need to show them their respective data only, then you can't directly publish it. You need to set up the roles and RLS, row level security. So that once you publish it, if the North Regional Manager is logging in, okay, so that person will be able to see only North data. So that is done by roles and RLS. This is what we do. 6 stages, get the data, okay, transform the data, get the data and transform the data. Next stage is build the data model, write the DAX measures for the summarization purpose, use the visuals, okay, for the different visuals and dashboarding purpose, and set up the roles and RLS, row level security purpose, and finally publish the report. That is what we do. Okay. So all these stages, we spend some good amount of time, at least 2 to 3 days on each and everything. And then finally we go to this publishing level. Coming to the prerequisites, knowledge of the operating system. And by the way, this Power BI works only in Windows operating system, not on Mac. If you are using Apple MacBook, then Apple Mac operating system, then you cannot install Power BI Desktop. But you can use Power BI service. Power BI service is a cloud version, right? You can just to view it. Yes, you can view the reports using Mac also, but when it comes to the development, you need a Power BI desktop application, and that cannot be installed in in Mac, because there is no Mac version of Power BI. It works only in Windows. Okay. Browsers, Chrome or Edge, you need to have some idea, internet connection, and knowledge of Excel formulas and SQL is desired. See, I'm not saying it is not possible to learn Power BI without Excel and SQL. It is okay, but I'll tell you the challenge here. Most of you are coming from Excel and SQL background. When I talk about a join, you understand, oh, okay, 2 tables are there, I need to connect and get the data. And when I talk about a VLOOKUP in Excel, you also understand that, okay, two tables are there, there is a common key and I can fetch the data. So in Power BI, I talk about a relationship. A relationship is very much similar to a join or a VLOOKUP only, right? So you can easily imagine and, relate to the things that you learned in Excel and, SQL. But when someone joins directly Power BI, there is a challenge. It's not that you can't learn, but you will have to invest more time learning this tool. Okay, done. So that's the reason we always say don't directly join Power BI, because you need to understand those data fundamentals. Okay, in Excel and SQL, then Power BI looks easy, right? SQL to some extent, yeah, you can skip that, but at the end, after Power BI, you definitely need to learn SQL. There is no way that you can skip that completely, okay? Sequence can be anything, but the SQL is needed, because if you look at all those job descriptions, also strong SQL knowledge. And when they ask for strong SQL knowledge, it is not usually for the database development purpose. It is usually for the data reporting purpose only, okay? Yeah, Power BI versus Tableau. And by the way, if any online participant is there and directly joined Power BI, I don't think it is a recommended course for you at this point. But because of your office requirements and all, at this point, you want to complete Power BI, yeah, you may want to proceed and complete Power BI. But understanding may be a little challenging here. Okay. It is fine. Someone who is like a very quick learner and understand the concepts, that's great. You can continue in this course, but my recommendation, start from Excel. Okay. Done. Why Power BI? Why Tableau? Simple thing. Both of them are great tools, no doubt. Okay. But why most of the companies are going for Power BI is because of their licensing fee. It's just only $10 per month as a pro user. Okay, per user per month, $10. Okay. So Tableau is little expensive, and moreover, when it comes to the usage and the UI, the user interface of Power BI looks very much similar to any other MS Office product. If you have, if you have worked with Excel, you see a very similar kind of, interface in Power BI also. But Tableau looks little different. Okay, pricing wise also, Power BI is very, very affordable. Okay, and moreover, coming to Power BI is a lifetime free as a single user. At this point, it is lifetime free as a single user, and you can download it and you can register and you can use it as a single user. But when it comes to sharing of the reports, you cannot share it. Okay, why you can't share it? Because only pro user license allows you to create the workspaces and share the reports with others, pro users. As a single free user, you can't create the workspaces and all. But there is a 60-day trial for us. I'll let you know when to do that, when to enable the trial. But don't enable the trial now. Don't create your Power BI service account. I'll tell you when to create, so that you'll have a good 60 days. If you enable that free trial at the right point, then you will have 60 days time. But if you today itself, if you enable it, and the course itself will take 20-25 days, and you will be losing out on the time, right? That's why. So custom visuals can be easily downloaded. In Tableau, it is not that easy. Data storage, it's completely cloud based, and it is cloud and server based. We have data connectors already available in Microsoft, and this also has it. And good for medium-sized data. The only one place where Power BI has, in terms of a little limitation, is medium-sized data is really good for it. But Tableau can handle large amounts of data. Established in 2015, and this is 2003. Most of the clients, why you find Tableau is being used there, because Tableau has come into the market in 2003 itself. So a good number of clients it has already captured, okay? And now Power BI is trying to take over. And implementation, yeah, very easy to develop and deploy, requires a little learning. And here it uses DAX, here it uses a different language called MDX. Okay, here we go. You can publish as a pro user, you can publish only up to 1 GB file onto Power BI service. 1 GB. 1 GB is such a huge data file, okay? But sometimes it goes beyond that also. There also we have different techniques. I'll talk about that. What is direct query? What is important all? And then, yeah, feasible for only the large companies with so much of data and environment. I was telling you this, right? So Power BI works only with Windows. Tableau works in both Windows and Mac, okay, for the report development purpose. So overall, both of them are great tools, no doubt about that. Okay, if I'm talking about Tableau, then yeah, let's say if I'm delivering a Tableau session, I say that Tableau is great. If I'm delivering a Power BI session, I say that Power BI is great. Right? Depends on the company budgets and all, they take a call. Okay. But they may give you an opportunity to explore the different options and suggest the right tool. If you're into somewhere around a technical management level, a managerial level there, then they may only ask you like, okay, go ahead and explore the different options and that are suitable for our teams and come up with the right tool, right? If they're trying to implement any kind of these things, and based on that, the pricing and the budget availability, they will take a call, right? Of course, it is a little outdated, but Microsoft is still leading. If you go ahead, go to Google and search for Magic Quadrant for analytics and business intelligence platforms, Microsoft is still leading. This is Gartner Analytics, okay? And then why Power BI? Why not other tools? Very, so many for, what is that? So many points are there. The first thing is very much similar to MS Office products, easy to learn. It can integrate the data from any source. You name any data source, it is there, be it CSV, PDF, right? Excel, SQL Server. Highly interactive and visuals are connected by default. So what is this interactive visuals and what is that connected by default? I'll show you in a bit. Power BI data reports can be exported to Excel and PPT. Yes, we can export them. Create highly compressed data sets. Okay, if you load a 100 MB data file into Power BI, it turns out to be a 40 MB or 50 MB. It compresses the data, right? High quality visuals in Power BI to display the data region wise, and map charts are there. I'll show you. Custom visuals can be freely downloaded. So how to download the custom visuals, I'll show you. Cloud-based tool, and you can access it by, using internet from any place. Every month enhancements are released. Okay, now it is kind of okay. Back then, 4 or 5 years ago, every month the kind of enhancements they used to do, even we used to struggle finding the right features. They used to change the names, colors, positions, but now I think it very much standardized, not so many modifications every month. Okay. And then it's a self-service tool, right? Anyone can simply drag and drop and create the visuals. Important visuals can be pinned onto a dashboard. So what is a dashboard? We'll see. Today, I'll show you what is this Q&A, question and answers. With the help of NLP, the natural language processing, you ask a question and it can return an answer for it. Automatically generate the insights. There are a few visuals you can ask like, okay, generate the insights. It only creates different kind of charts for us. The large community is there to help us, right? Okay, here we go. This is what I want you to do today. Just install Power BI. It's easy process, right? What is it you need to do? Go to start menu, search for Microsoft Store, open that. There you have Power BI desktop. Search for Power BI desktop. Okay, you have other things also, but search for Power BI desktop. Right, this is how it looks. Why I'm saying Power BI desktop is because you have Power BI report builder. It is a different tool to create the paginated reports. Okay, that's a different thing altogether. But Power BI desktop is to create the Power BI reports. Because it's been already installed, it is showing installed and it is giving me an option to open. But in your case, you see a get it or install button there. Just click it, that's it. Leave it for like a 25-30 minutes. It's around a 1 GB application and it gets installed. Okay. So after installing, if you open that, okay, for the very first time when you open it, okay, this asks for the Power BI registration, the service account registration. Cancel that, don't register. Without registration also, you can continue. Okay, cancel that, don't register, right? So with that, Power BI desktop will be available in your system. You can also open this link and from there you can do it. But my recommendation is directly go to start button and search for store, Microsoft Store, and search for Power BI desktop. Okay. And then install it. Done. Right. Fine then. So today what I'll do is I'll just create a sample report. probably would have watched it. If you watch YouTube, you get ads. You start searching for a lot of learning content, something like analytics related learning content, Excel or Power BI. You get an ad, usually a relevant ad. What is it? Create a report just in 1 minute like this, right? You look at this spreadsheet data, it is like very boring, but we can transform this data into a very, very powerful dashboard, just like 2 minutes, just in 2 minutes, right? And also they say that, okay, just attend a 10 rupee, 9 rupees, workshop in 2 hours, you will become master of Excel. I get smile on my face whenever I watch it, because in 2 hours, if someone can become a master of Excel, what is it I've been doing from the last 17 years with the same tool? And Power BI also, they say the same thing. Just attend a 2 hours workshop on practical Power BI master class, and after that, you will be able to create any kind of a report, right? Today, I'll show you the same example, the 2 minute report, right? Using one data set, right? Yes, it is quite possible to create a report in 2 minutes using Power BI, no doubt. But here's the challenge. I'm going to use a sample data set. I know exactly what I'm going to do. There are no issues. Even the issues are there, I know exactly how to fix them, right? And after that, I'll just simply ask a few questions to Power BI, and it will, simply create the visuals for me, and I'll save it and I'll publish it just in 2 minutes. Okay. So because I'll be explaining this concept while doing it, it may take maybe a 1-2 minutes extra, but without talking to you, and if I do it, maybe in 1 minute also I can create the report. Okay. But here's the catch. If the reports can be created in 2 minutes and 5 minutes, and anyone can create it, why do companies are ready to pay lakhs of rupees? A simple question you should get, right? If everyone can create the report just in 1 or 2 minutes, why do companies pay lakhs of rupees for the salaries? Okay, let's do a small thing here to understand. Let's say a security job role. Okay, the roles and responsibilities is like, let's say someone should stay there near the bank, should be able to stand for 8 hours. Okay, should look fit, right? And maybe one language is enough, right? How much would be the salary for this person? Well, let's guess 10 to 15,000, maybe a 15 to 20,000. Let's say that. Okay, done. Can't that person be paid around a 1 lakh per month? No, no. Okay, fine then. Why only 15 to 20,000? Why not a 1 lakh for that person? Because the availability of that kind of a resource and no much skills are needed, right? I'll tell you the one thing, same thing. Security guard, right? Okay, so let me take someone who is a security personnel for a CM. Same, should look fit. One language is enough. Okay, stay as a security force of a CM. 15 to 20,000 only. No, right? Why? More? Definitely the kind of value that person is adding there with that person's skill, right? And why paying more? Because of the availability of that kind of a skilled personnel. That is another thing, right? Understand one thing, if the companies are ready to pay more and more for a particular role, couple of things. One, the skills. And the second thing is the availability of the skill in the market. Right? If everyone is skilled, then again a Power BI developer job also will come to that 15 to 20,000 salary only. Yeah. It's not you, someone else. Because of the skill only, right? If you look at previously, when there was a boom for the software engineers, because machines were developed and they wanted the softwares. And it was very, in terms of the availability of the software engineers, was very, very less during that 90s and 2000 times. But now you see how many are jobless, though they are software engineers. You understand? Because of the availability of the resources, the demand and supply, simple rule, more demand, less supply, more pricing. More supply, less demand, less pricing. Simple economics principle, right? For the same reason. They say that, okay, 2 minutes you can create a dashboard. Yes, 2 minutes. Yes, everyone can create. And today, after this session, you can also create. But that is not enough. I'll tell you why. Each and every requirement in the real time is unique. Each and every data set that comes with own unique problems, challenges. You need to fix one by one. For that, a lot of skill is needed. To create a report using a sample data set, to be honest, no technical skill is needed. Even after doing this, if you just go back home and install Power BI and you do it, it will do the same thing for you also, right? Yes. So this is what we are going to learn in this training program. Just not only a couple of examples, the real-time use cases, what kind of data sets they come, the different challenges using the data, right? How to think about them, how to fix them, all these things. So for today, I'll do one thing. I'll quickly create a report. Shouldn't take more than 5 minutes. So here we go. I have Power BI desktop application. I have a data source here, which is Superstores data. It's a sample data set that we have. I'll take Power BI, report a blank report. Every report requires the data. So I'll just take the data from here. Excel workbook is my source. Just use any of the, it's there on the desktop only, right? There is a table available. I'll just connect to that table. Load it. Right. After loading it, you will be able to see all the data here. The table name and the different column names there. Okay, the columns are there. Now here we go. I'll be just asking questions. How do I ask questions? I just do a double click there. Right? Then it prepares a Q&A, question and answers visual. There I can ask different questions. Total sales. Done. Okay, it generates automatic number there. Turn this into a standard visual. I'll just do a little bit of formatting so that you can easily read it. 21.83. Done. The next question is, I want to see the total profit. And by the way, I'm just asking simple English questions, okay? Because I have a profit column here. I asked like, what is the total profit? And it is doing the summarization for me. I'll just change it to auto. Right, again, I want to see the total quantity because quantity column is there and I want to know what is the total quantity we sold. Okay, total quantity. Okay, done. Right. And I want a chart here. This time it is total sales by state. I have the state column and I have the total sales. Right, here we go. By the way, I'm not happy showing these numbers in the form of a bar chart. I want to show it on a map. I'll ask on a map. Okay, it turns that bar chart into a map chart. Turn this into a standard visual. Done. I want to see here total sales by segment. Okay. Okay with this. And I want to see one more total sales by category. By the way, I want to see this in a pie chart. Okay, here we go. Right. I want a slicer. You know a slicer, right? It is a filter basically. Okay, I want to use a slicer for the region, and I want to use another slicer for the ship mod. That's it. And I'll keep the a title there. I'll name it as sales report, sales performance report. Okay, ready? Central, how is it? You see that all of them are changing. East, how is it? South, how is it? West, how is it? Overall, how is it? Corporate, consumer, office sales, right? A ship mode, first class, how is it? Same day, how is it? You see that? Simple questions I can ask, and I just simply save it, save as, right? Zero sample. That's it. Once you save it, you can also publish it. See that? Let me show you how you can publish it. I'll just publish this to my workspace. So anyone can open this report if they have access to that space. Okay. Something like a Google Drive. Okay, let me open it. This will use our default browser, logs in there. Then that's it. The same report is available online now. It's using the Chrome browser. And the report is available here. If I select Florida, and it shows all the Florida related numbers. California, all the California numbers. Understood? Right? So it's this easy to create a report, and you don't need to come from the reporting background to do this. If you want to do the same thing in Excel, what is it you need to know? You need to know pivot tables, you need to know pivot charts, you need to know so many other things. But here it's simple. Load, ask questions, it will generate the visuals, and that's it. You can publish it once the report is ready. Which, usually takes what, 3-4 minutes. But where the problem comes, if the data is not clear and you don't know exactly what is it you need to present, right? All these questions you need to first of all fix them, and then only you can come up with a report or a dashboard like this, right? Learning Power BI is easy, but we also need to understand or explore the different issues that our data can have and how to fix them. So we have so many sample data files available with so many issues in them. We'll fix one by one, right? So that you will have a better understanding about what is Power Query and how it helps us to fix those issues, right? Okay. So in today's session, we understood overall what is Power BI. Okay, a little bit of awareness about Power BI and how to get that from Microsoft Store, how to download it, install it, and we also tried creating a sample report like this using a data source and then published it. Okay, you cannot publish it at this point because you need to have a Power BI service account, and how to create it, when to create, I'll let you. Okay, but for today, it's only about understanding the tool and how it looks and how powerful it is compared to Excel. That is what we tried. In the upcoming sessions, we'll talk more and more features of Power BI, and then you will get a better understanding about it. Okay, right. Any questions so far?
Is it available for all versions?
All versions.
Like I have installed this desktop itself, but I'm not getting that. If I double click it, I'm not getting that box.
Oh, okay. So it looks like the Q&A visual has been disabled if I'm not wrong. Is it enabled only? but still not coming. Do one thing. Sometimes, yes, it is happening. Uninstall and reinstall Power BI. Just go to this apps is there, right?
I've also signed in, so
Hmm.
like I do my college email ID.
Hmm.
Because of that, I'm not getting.
No, not like that. Uninstall and install it. So go to the apps and because you are installing it from Microsoft Store, so that should be coming here. Power BI. Uninstall from here. Uninstall it once again. It's consuming around a 3 GB space. Okay. Right, it should work. If not, let me know. There could be any other settings, but usually in the options only it is there. But if you are confirming that it is there already, then I think it is the installation issue. Just uninstall, install it, it should resolve. Okay. Cool then. So the batch number is B00725. Reach out to the front office and get the access today itself. The ones who already registered for Analytics Power Pack, you would have been, I think, added to that group and access would have been given. If not, check with them. And I want you to install Power BI desktop application and be ready for tomorrow's session. Ready? Okay, perfect then. All right then, so thanks everyone for attending today. Online participant, reach out to this number if you are looking for any additional information. I'm just typing that number in the chat window. Either this number or this number. Okay, either of the ones you can reach out or drop an email to this if you're, yeah, just in case if you want to get some information about this batch on the email, you can send an email to that. Okay, so that's all for today. I hope I was able to cover what all, things related to this batch number, duration, timings, and material download, videos, access, how to use them, and yeah, how to install Power BI service, Power BI desktop, and try to create the sample report maybe. Okay, not necessary since it's a very first day, but if you have some free time, please try to create this. Done. Great then. So thanks everyone. I'll see you all. And by the way, sorry, forgot to mention, if anyone is interested to go for PL300 certification after this, reach out to the front office, let them know well in advance, because the PL300 process is little different. Okay, we'll have to share a different material with you. Okay, along with apart from that regular material, PL300 material is something different. Okay, this is applicable only for the ones who wants to go for the certification. Otherwise, you no need to actually spend that much time on the certification practice. Okay, done then. Great. I'll see you all tomorrow. Thank you. Bye everyone.